This NFC East and Freeroll Football Contest edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by MyBookie.ag. Right now, in honor of football, MyBookie is offering up to $1,000 in free bets using the promo code SGP. That's right, $1,000 in bonus bets on your first deposit when you use the promo code SGP. Play, win, and get paid at MyBookie.ag. We're also brought to you by BetQL, the only app you'll need to make smart bets this season. Track line movement history, score sharp data, and use a powerful algorithm that gives out their best plays. If you're betting serious cash, you need a serious app. Head to the App Store or Google Play Store to download BetQL, and make sure to follow them on Twitter at BetQLApp. Woo! Welcome, everyone, to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer dog?
Oh, what's happening, Sean? We've made it.
We've made it. Our final.
My body made it. My voice
division
did not.
preview.
I'm out of it.
Are you sure you don't want to do what's best for your family and pursue your dreams of going backpacking? You're as an avid backpacker, Ryan. You may want to be out on the trail right now. Just you and some Gorp and a MRE and the open sky, but instead you're here locked in our content garage that we got going on here.
Andrew Luck strikes me more as a jerky guy, so maybe I would take
jerky?
some bison jerky.
You think he eats meat? That's pretty non-cool of Andrew Luck.
No, bison meat.
What? Dude, bison, man. You know how painful it is to be a bison? Ryan, if you were a bison, you'd be dead by now. A bison wouldn't want to walk away and start a new life on the trail? He's not going to put that on the bison. Oh, what, you think you own the bison, Ryan? You think you own the bison? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, my God.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Ryan, Lock City coming through. Both you and I cashed on the Cincinnati Bearcats -2.5. We double locked it. And week 0, we also hit our locks. So 2-0 on the locks for the season.
Already doing much better than last year, Sean.
Jumped out to a great start.
I mean, honestly, though, we're crushing it. Easy money. You're welcome.
You're welcome, indeed.
You're welcome. And we might get – what's the status on the Utah game? As we
Not
record?
looking good. BYU was my dog.
Did it resume?
Unfortunately, it looks like play has resumed.
Oh, we were hoping for that no action, but –
yeah. No, unfortunately, there's some action, and the action is Utah's going to win and cover. So I didn't hit the dog, but really, you know me, Ryan. I'm a lock man.
I do have Utah over for the season and to win the Pac-12.
Well, there you go. So you're hedging your bets. But I also, more importantly, hit a 3-team NFL preseason parlay. I know what you're thinking, Sean. Why didn't you share that with the group? You hit a 5-teamer a couple weeks ago. That seems insane. Why didn't you share the 3-teamer? I'll tell you why. Because it wasn't my pick. That's right, Ryan. Not only am I promoting people joining our SGP Slack, which you can join Slack.
Speaking of millennials.
.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Maybe Andrew Luck will come in there. But we talk a lot about football, and I know he can't handle the mental, emotional strain of the game. But if you can, and you like betting, I was in the NFL Slack channel. There's a guy. What's his I want to make sure I pronounce his handle right.
Don't fuck this up, man.
Is it Go Bearcats?
Go Bearcats.
Go Bearcats. And that's his Slack channel, and he's been killing it with this NFL preseason system where we're talking to him about writing for the show. Yeah. And God damn it, if I didn't, I saw he threw out this Titans +3, Falcons +4, Dolphins +3.5. Sweet parlay, and I hopped on it.
So just danger. Like, we're going to Vegas in a week. Sean's hitting parlays in the preseason.
Oh my God, I hit a 3-teamer and a 5-teamer, and normally I'm not a parlay guy, but again, I reloaded over at my bookie, got a sweet little reload bonus.
Yeah, you and
Free
I
play,
both, bro.
Playing with a little house money.
That's right. We got our pre-season bonuses.
Yeah, and sign up over at mybookie.ag because they might not be around for long because I'm just putting a fucking dent.
Not
in
the
their
way you're
bankroll.
raking them right now.
So we're giving out free cash with that deposit bonus, as we always do. But Ryan.
Before we get to the big announcement, can I do a small announcement?
Sure.
We still have a couple spots left in the SGP Listener League, Sean.
Yes. And I think we're making it a requirement. Basically, the next couple people who want to get in on it, sign up, slack.sportsgamblingpodcast.com, because that's where it's all going down.
Yeah, and make sure you've already left a review, because that is my gate.
Yes. And if you
I'm challenging you with a very hard question.
If you checked out the Slack before and you're like, there wasn't really a ton going on, get back in now, because football season's upon us. The Slack is it's basically like a live chat room with a bunch of other degenerates. Yeah, I mean, all these games that people have action on, they're all weighing in, and it's awesome.
And everyone wants what I guess maybe not everyone, maybe just me, but you can issue the formal apology at this point.
Oh, yes, right. I would happy to apologize. I was anti-Slack, but now I am pro Slack, baby. I'm all in.
So yeah, if you're interested in the SGP Listener League, hop over slack.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Hop in there, inquire at me or Sean, ask us about the league, leave a review, be nice. Now play the real music, Sean.
The real music. Let's get it going. We are proud to announce, Ryan, it was for dramatic effect.
I'm sorry.
The Freeroll Football Contest presented by BetSperts. That's right. BetSperts. We're partnering up with them to give you guys some sweet, sweet cash for a NFL Against the Spread Picks contest. You didn't know if it was going to be back. I didn't know if it was going to be back, but Reed, Rooney, the good people over at BetSperts, they said, hey, we want to help your listeners get paid as well. We're going to do it. We're going to partner up. You want to get involved, you go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/contest. I know your first question is going to be, how much money is at stake? Well, I don't know how much money is at stake, because that's kind of up to you guys. We're doing a prize pool again, kind of like we did last year, but it goes up the more people we get signed up for the contest. If 500 people are in, the prize pool is $2,500. Not bad. If we get up to 1,000 people, $3,500 prize pool. And if we get up to 1,500 entries, $5,000 prize pool. All you got to do, go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/contest. Here's what you do. It's pretty easy. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/contest. You sign up for your account on BetSperts. You go to more/ and then click on groups. You'll see our group. You join the group. And each week, you just make your NFL ATS picks. You can make other picks, but those won't count for the contest if you want to track your college stuff. It's really a cool app, cool system.
Track all your bets. The only ones that will count are the spread NFL bets, so make sure you get a pick in on each side.
And enter your picks every week, because if you don't make the pick, it doesn't necessarily count against you, but the winner will be determined by who has the most correct picks. And unlike previous contests, this will go until the end of the NFL season. So Super Bowl Sunday, that could play a part. And here's how the prize pool is split up. 60% for first place, 25% for second, 15% for third, 4 through 8. You get a nice little SGP merch item.
Ooh.
And we will also be doing weekly prizes. One item from the SGP merch page, $50 or less in value.
Have you seen that merch page recently?
It is.
Oh, hot.
And we're partnered up with Squad Locker, so if you checked it out at first and you're like, kind of pricey. And listen, it's not the cheapest stuff. If you want like a cheaper shirt, we have the Amazon ones, but these are kind of like Under Armour stuff, nice golf polo. It's high quality stuff, and it's not like we're making a ton of money on these things. It's more just about like getting out good solid merch that looks good and feels good. But yeah, they have a bunch of stuff on sale.
What is it Dion said?
Hey, you look good, you play good. If you play good, They pay good.
There you go, Sean.
But they have a couple sales going on and a bunch of like free shipping or 10%. If you go to the site, you'll see like 10% off for August, that kind of stuff. So a lot of sales going on. Get in there, get involved. Kramer.
It was that we got the contest out of the way.
I think it's pretty. I'm sure there'll be a million questions that I won't feel like answering, but direct those at BetSperts. It really is
It's not that hard.
It's a really simple system to use. Again, you just go to after you sign up for BetSperts, and you don't have to pay any money. Again, it is the free roll.
I'm gonna download the app as you're talking right
Yeah,
now.
they have an app too. So if you're a desktop guy, you can do it on there. You can do the app. But yeah, once you're in, hit more, go to groups. Our group is right there. And like Reed Rooney said, the BetSperts thing is pretty cool. If you want to start doing blogs or just having other people track your picks, whatever you want to do, BetSperts is,
Create another group, maybe for college.
Yeah, maybe a subgroup that you and your buddies want to run. Whatever it is, BetSperts, when it comes to like tracking picks, making picks, the whole thing, creating your own little content there. Maybe we create a blog with your own picks. Go head to head with us, creating your own podcast. Good luck.
Maybe this is how I'll start sharing my picks instead of the Twitter text. Maybe it'll be a picture.
Ooh, a BetSperts picture. I like that, Ryan. Good synergy with the sponsor of the Freeroll Football Contest.
I like achieving synergies.
We're going to have a ton of synergy. Okay, enough messing around before we get to our win totals for the NFC East. Got to give a shout out to the presenting sponsor of the podcast. Number one on your sports gambling site and number one in your hearts. MyBookie.ag, the presenting sponsor of the podcast. I think we've put out, it's got to be like 18 hours of podcasts, Ryan.
In our career?
No. In this past week.
Oh my
the
God.
SGPN brand. We've got to be hitting like 20 hours of content. Picks page after picks page. Daily MLB picks from Christian Pina. Every college football pick from Colby and his crew, Patty C. His Nick. They got, and it's all back. It's all here. It's all happening. We even got the EPL show, Premier League DFS picks, FIBA Basketball World Cup, and of course, make sure you check out our NFC North preview with Nate Craig. Check that out on Spotify. That was a lot of fun. 10 best money line bets for college football week 1. I'm in there. I'm reading, and all of it. This content bonanza, courtesy of MyBookie.ag. Use the promo code SGP. Play, win, and get paid. Let's do it, Ryan. Let's talk about the first team. We're going to mix it up. Previously, I'll be honest, not that I had to hide anything from the audience, but previously we were doing it by alphabetical order. But now, since it's the NFC East, we both have a vested stake in these teams. I think it makes more sense to do it by level of interest, possibly from the listeners. So we'll start off
first to last.
Yeah, we'll start off with the least interesting, the Washington Redskins. The Redskins coming off a 7-9 season, win total set at 6, plus 145 on the over, minus 175 on the under, plus 1,800 on the division, 7,500 for the conference, 150-1 for the Super Bowl. Who'd the Redskins bring in? Case Keenum. Poor mechanics, Case Keenum. You guys were making fun of me for shitting on Case Keenum's mechanics that entire 2017
The Case
season.
Keenum, I told you so.
Oh well, there was a lot of Case Keenum hype, and I was out there. I'd already gotten an early lot on Jared Goff Sucks Island, but I was early in on Case Keenum as a fraud. I watched his throwing motion, complete dog shit.
Yeah.
They brought him in. Offensive tackle Eric Flowers, who's no longer offensive tackle. He's now a right guard. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, who was previously retired during the 2018 season.
Yep.
Always good when of positions that you can come back from. I don't think cornerback is one of them. Usually you retire from a cornerback in the NFL
slow.
because you can't cover. And then Landon Collins brought in, and that's actually a decent pickup for the Skins.
I kind of like their secondary, actually.
Not completely horrible. Dwayne Haskins, rookie quarterback, a couple flashes, not ready to play yet. Montez Sweat, a little pass rush
Could be
action.
a steal right there.
Could seriously be a steal.
I actually really like the Redskins draft. I think they crushed it. Bryce Love, too.
Bryce Love, running back. And then they loaded up on offensive line, Wes Martin, Ross Persenbacher. Off-season losses, they lost Crowder. That's not really huge. Preston Smith, Zach Brown. He's on the Eagles right now. That's, whatever. He's linebacker depth. Clinton Dix, who we talked about in the NFC North preview. So not tremendous movement from the Redskins team as a whole. Okay. However,
Alex Smith's not back, right?
yeah. And that's we tweeted out some listener questions and we got some let me pull up the guy who had the Redskins Matt McBride. He wants to know, the Redskins hate is way overblown. They won 7 games with Mark Sanchez and Josh Johnson last year. Thoughts? Yes, I'm a depressed Skins fan, and I hate everything. Love the podcast, though. Hashtag HTTR. Hail to the Skins. Unfortunately, they did win 7 games last year. 6 of those were courtesy of Alex Smith. Now, Alex Smith, is he able to walk again? I'm not sure. What? Come on. He's fine. It's not like he's 127 hours. That's what they made it seem like. He may lose his leg. He had a bad break. He probably will never play again. R.I.P. Alex Smith. Case Keenum, a step down from Alex Smith, but a step up from Mark Sanchez and Josh Johnson. Haskins not ready to play, but what's huge is Trent Williams refusing to play.
Yeah,
he's
really good.
Especially if you have a guy like Case Keenum, or if they make the switch to Haskins, you need a dominant left tackle. Case Keenum succeeded because he had a really good defense, home field advantage, and great offensive line play for their decent run. Jordan Reed had another concussion, so
he's going to be playing week 1 though. I saw. I'm serious.
I don't.
7 in his career.
The dude is a fucking warrior, and huge shout out to Jordan Reed for just. He must be a fellow concussion denier like myself. This dude is just laying it on the line. Mad respect for Jordan Reed, but
mad respect.
There has to be some impact on your play at a certain point, and how much can you count on him? AP, he still has a little juice in the tank. Darius Geis, if I'm a Skins fan, I'm not completely sold. The injury, the knee, a little hesitant. I think they're just going to struggle to put up points. However, that defensive line, that they brought all those guys from Alabama, their defensive line should be strong. And like you said, their secondary, not horrible. Bringing in Landon Collins, who maybe got overpaid, but should have some talent. They have a horrible track record of bringing in high-priced free agents, Daniel Snyder and the Redskins. And that's seemingly what happened to Josh Norman. Not quite as dominant of a player. Was blasting his Bose headphones while coaches were trying to talk. So that's kind of where you're at with the Redskins. It feels like another mediocre, wishy-washy season. Jay Gruden, again, is a liability and not an asset.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Either the Giants or the Redskins are popping their head up this year, because that's what's been going on in the NFC East for a while now. It's been cyclical. Teams have been going from the bottom to the top and back down.
Jay Gruden.
I don't like the Redskins, though. Let me caveat this. And everything you said was cool, except for sure, they might have their defense could improve this year. I believe they were 20th last year DVOA, but it's the offense, right? 28th last year.
They just don't have much skill position.
They strangely didn't improve their offense.
No.
I
guess you could say
right?
Haskins is a long-term improvement.
You were starting Josh Johnson at the end of the year, and you really didn't improve your offense.
The Trent Williams thing is huge, because how do guys like Case Keenum succeed?
They're so confident he's going to play.
And maybe
arrogant he's going to play.
And maybe we're completely wrong. Maybe he will just say fuck it and play. But, we got to kind of handicap, I think, their season without him.
You seem pretty fucking serious.
Especially if you're a 30-year-old offensive lineman who's gotten paid and doesn't really need to deal with this bullshit.
And you don't trust these motherfuckers because you feel like they actually made your injury worse?
You have some leverage. And there's been a number of injury issues that the players have just been like super pissed at the Redskins organization. Jay Gruden, how do you make it to a 6th season without winning 10 games?
Nah.
How?
Your last name is Gruden. It's crazy, right?
Long.
I mean,
he had what, a couple good offenses in Cincinnati?
Chip Kelly had he went 10-6, 10-6, 6-9 with a playoff appearance in there and a division title, and they ran him out of town. How does Jay Gruden get 6 years? I just don't get it. And the best QB, the best coach on your staff, Jay Gruden, you let walk. It's a tremendous failure.
Here's what
for
I think
management
is going to happen.
I think they're just going to go 7-9, 6-10. That's gut instinct.
They have an easy. I'll throw this, Sean. They have a very easy schedule.
Okay, so then maybe.
But they have here's the other part. They're like, I noted this down. They're the 6th oldest team this year.
Yeah, but it's a weird.
And to me,
you should be bringing the young guys in.
Well, will Geis be okay? Like, what's going on with him? AP, yeah, he could still do it. He's a robot. He's an absolute animal. I think strangely they have a couple receivers, but they're trying to trade Doxson. They have the rookie receiver who's been showing out in camp. Who knows about Reed? Gruden's not a good coach. And when you don't have a good coach,
he's a poor man's John Gruden.
Literally.
You need to win 10 games, and if you don't want to think QB wins are a stat, coach wins are a stat.
Here's what's
You've
gonna
had
happen.
5 seasons.
Here's what's going to happen.
With a big checkbook from Daniel Snyder and haven't been able to put it together.
That's because they didn't have a strategy.
That's true.
They didn't have a strategy, and here's what's going to happen. They're going to rush to get Haskins in there. The one thing about Haskins that was pretty uniform during the draft cycle was that he might not – he's going to take the longest to get ready. And while he might have some of the nicer skills, he's coming out of that Urban Meyer offense. He's going into the NFL. They're going to rush him in because Case Keenum's going to be fucking hot garbage.
Yeah.
And they're going to ruin this kid. Whether or not Dwayne Haskins is a good quarterback, he's going to get brought in too early. There's not going to be a good offensive line in front of him. They were a garbage offensive line last year with Trent Williams.
Yeah, and they're starting Eric Flowers at right guard. I tweeted out that video of him just
Sean, you don't have to talk to me about Eric Flowers.
I know. But imagine now, I'm kind of worried about Fletcher Cox has had this lingering foot injury, but they claim he's going to be ready.
Is he retiring?
No.
What if all these players just start retiring? Anyway.
But Fletcher Cox, Malik Jackson, Timmy Jernigan going up against Eric Flowers, week 1. That's going to be a
Sean,
matchup nightmare.
I'm rostering the Eagles. So quick fantasy. Eagles defense week 1. Check yes, please. Also the Cleveland Browns.
Case Keenum, last time he was there, he was playing with the Vikings, threw a pick 6, and then got shellacked.
Cleveland gets Tennessee week 1. Left tackle suspended. So
interesting.
Also,
Ryan, stop looking ahead to our week 1 DFS
I know. I'm
podcast.
so excited. All right.
Let's
go through the schedule. At Philly, week 1, we will be out in Las Vegas at the beautiful Westgate Football Central.
Legacy Stadium for Thursday night. Again,
Well,
come out, hang. Podcast at sportsgamblingpodcast.com. And, yeah, we're going to be at Westgate in that football the football movie theater, a.k.a. Football Central. I confirmed with the sportsbook. We're going to have 2 booths. So come by, buy me a drink or Kramer a drink, or come by, hang out, sit with us. Don't be a total weirdo, but yeah, come on by. Let's get drunk and watch the games. It's honestly our favorite place to watch games.
Yeah, come visit the throne, and then you can scurry back to your fucking.
It's the first time we're doing the booth.
Yeah.
Previously, we just sit like plebes in the movie style seats, which are super comfortable, but the booth is a step up.
We're kind of a big deal, Sean. At Philly, Dallas, Chicago on Monday night, at New York Giants. Not the hardest start, Sean.
Well, again, it is interesting. First 4 games, 3 of which are in the division, which again usually pretty competitive.
Will Zeke be back week 2?
Well, I don't want to tip my hand.
Okay. Okay.
Jeez.
3 good pass rushes in the Giants. So 0-4.
I think they could. I think they go 1-3. I think they can either win at Giants. They'll win one of the division games. Yeah, I think they'll lose to the Bears.
So I'm gonna go 0-4. You're gonna go 1-3.
Yeah.
New England at Miami, San Francisco at Minnesota on Thursday night.
In Minnesota too. That will not be kind to Case Keenum.
1-3.
Yeah. Do I go 2-2 here? Is that crazy?
No, because they're not beating the Patriots. They're not winning a road game.
You don't think they can beat the Dolphins?
No.
I know Fitzmagic is named starter. I'll go 1-3. Damn. I thought I was gonna have him at 7-9,
No.
but that's not looking good right now.
Because the Giants are at Buffalo, bye week, New York Jets, Detroit, at Carolina. Jesus.
This is when they go on a run. 3-1.
What 3 games do they win? 2-2.
I don't know. The Panthers suck. Cam Newton is not the starter week 1.
I'll bet you all the money that. Yeah, that's great. Your Will Greer pick.
He's going to start a game.
At Green Bay, Philadelphia, New York Giants, at Dallas.
Jeez. That is I thought you said their schedule was easy, Ryan. This looks like a hard-ass schedule.
The according to the Football Outsiders, they project it to be an easy schedule.
Man.
Well, sorry, Redskins fans. I will give you the Giants won't need to win that game at that point.
What the fuck?
I'll say 1-3.
I'll say 1-3 as well.
But I had a 3-1 in there for them.
You got them going 6-10.
Okay. See, all right, that's not it. I wanted to get them to 7-9. So I'll say 6-10. However, since the juice is so primed at plus 145, I say go over.
What?
I'm not laying minus 175.
I'm pulling this audio.
Okay.
It's gonna be I went 4-12, Sean.
4-12. Yeah, you know what?
Get the fuck out of here.
You're right. They're not going to. 7 games is a lot for the Skins team. All right. 6-10. Probably the right line. Okay, but I'll lean under. Not my strongest play in the division, Ryan. Not to surprise you, but I have stronger opinions.
Oh.
Moving on.
Oh, get to it.
Here we go.
That is a disgusting act.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Introing our Dallas Cowgirls. That one's for my old man. What do we got going on with the Dallas Cowboys? Ooh, a lot of drama. We got a man going out on a boat trip. Will he come back? We don't know. He's in Cabo. He's hanging out at Senor Frogs. Apparently getting into camp shape. Zeke Elliott has not reported yet. And
He's soaking down there.
He's doing a lot of soaking. At Mr. Bank 99 wants to know, Cowboys without Zeke can't actually compete, can they? And Mr. Bank, I'll answer it this way. Not having Zeke Elliott will be a big blow to this Dallas Cowboys offense. However, there could be a case to be made, especially if you look at the numbers from last season and the numbers from 2017 where the Cowboys missed a lot of Zeke, and compare it to their life as an NFL team pre and post Amari Cooper, that Amari Cooper is almost more essential. The Dallas Cowboys had 20 points or fewer without Cooper in first of their 6-8 games, and then after that, I think all 8 games they had 20-plus points. Cooper, you could make an angle more valuable than Zeke. Pre-Cooper, they were 3-4. Post-Cooper, they were 7-1. Back in 2017, they were 3-3 without Zeke, 6-4 with him, bringing that to another Jason Garrett 9-7 season. But the problem with Amari Cooper, a little thing called plantar fasciitis.
Ooh.
That is not fun.
It's not good.
If you've ever had a guy in your fantasy team who has plantar fasciitis, I don't know. The whiskey, my pronunciation.
Fasciitis.
Fasciitis is not going to be great on this. It's it's as a Eagles fan, it's almost a dream injury because it doesn't necessarily always prevent you from playing. Like a lot of guys try and play through it. Andrew Luck couldn't. He'd have to go out play bongos with some guys in Italy. But Amari Cooper,
oh boy,
if he tries and play through it, they play through it, but they're just not the same. They don't get the same burst. They don't have the same separation. That's a big concern. I think if you're a Cowboys fan, a big positive is the emergence of Van Der Esch. Before they were always on pins and needles. Is Sean Lee going to play? Isn't he? Their win-loss with or without him. He really had them by the balls. So now Van Der Esch has kind of stepped in and probably the starter there. And
Jalen Smith is, he turned out to be pretty damn good.
Yeah, they've had some playmakers emerge on the defense.
The defense in general is really good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
There are some guys that are suspended, though. DeMontre Moore is out for 2 games. David Irving suspended indefinitely. Randy Gregory suspended indefinitely.
He's expelled.
Tyreek Hill not suspended indefinitely.
Unbelievable.
So just for those of you doing math at home, as much as I'm enjoying these Cowboys suspension, Tyreek Hill on the field week 1. Okay. Fine.
You want me to get into something, Sean?
Sure. No, hold on. One final quote. Just a couple quick nuggets. Cole Beasley had 87 targets. Dak kind of liked him on 3rd down.
Yep.
Again, he's not a guy that's going to, like Cooper, that'll probably swing games. But
Randall Cobb, though.
Yeah, he's a guy. They brought in Randall Cobb.
I feel like that's a like replacement there.
Probably similar. Do they have the same chemistry on 3rd down? Oh, I didn't even they're coming off a 10-6 season. Win total set at 9. Over under even a juice.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say 9?
9 is kind of high. Division
Jason
plus
Garrett's still
160.
the coach.
Plus 1,000 on the conference. Plus 2,200 on the Super Bowl. And Ryan, you brought up a great point with our boy Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett. Remember Jason Garrett? His thing was he just always went 8-8. Right? We had 3 seasons in the first 3 seasons of the Sports Gambling Podcast. Jason Garrett went 8-8.
Yep.
And then we were like, this guy, that's all this guy is. He's an 8-8 coach. He's 500. And then he won 12 games. And then we're like, what? This can't be right.
Yep.
And then he balanced it back by winning 4 games the previous season. And then they amazingly won 13 games. And then he dropped it down to 9 games. And now 10 games. It feels like we're in store for another drop.
So this from Jory Epstein a couple hours ago. Jerry Jones says he fully expects Cowboys to play Giants without Zeke Elliott.
Yes.
Quote, I just accept that. Zeke will miss games, Jerry said. He can't and won't miss all of them.
Well, he does. He is mentioning his leverage over Zeke. If Zeke doesn't play by week 10,
he loses a year of service.
Yeah, so you're just totally fucked as a player.
And guess what? I didn't hear you. I didn't hear the clang of you raising the regression flag because this team, big red ink.
5 games they won by 3 points or fewer.
I got a better stat for you. 9-3, 10-3 if you include the playoffs in 1-score games.
And that's with a bad coach.
So what do we say about that? Okay, you can kind of explain it. If you have good coaching, you still are going to regress towards the mean year over year in that. But Jason Garrett's a bad coach. Yeah. And then this is the best part. Everyone's talking about Kellen Moore like he's fucking, I don't know, Mike Martz. And greatest show on. Why are we saying this, right? He made a couple plays at Boise State. Big fucking deal. What has he fucking done? I don't get any of this. I do think that, unfortunately, they're in a tough spot, right? Because they're going to end up paying Dakota.
Rain Dakota.
Rain Dakota. You know what? Really blew a bunch of people.
Sounds like a porn star, right? Hey, you see the new 3-way video with Rain Dakota?
I mean, I showed
Rain
off.
Rain Dakota. It's feet video only for Rain Dakota.
What was that guy on the Stern Show? Dropping love.
Oh, Rain Dakota.
I got no voice for this, but
his honest to God,
they're gonna end up paying
name
him.
On his birth certificate is Rain Dakota Prescott.
And here's the thing: for all the reasons why you probably shouldn't pay Zeke Elliott now. Still 2 years left on the contract. Plus, you can franchise him. And with the fact that running backs are inherently less valuable.
Whoa, Ryan. Don't throw your boy
Hold
Saquon
on.
in here. How do you get out of this?
I don't get out of it. Saquon's on a rookie contract. Well, talk to me in a couple years.
Couple years.
Talk to me.
Guys are holding out 2 years from the end of their rookie deal.
Saquon's not that guy. All right. if there's one thing
he could be that guy.
If there's one thing you will concede, that Zeke Elliott and Saquon Barkley are not on the same cloth when it comes to being human beings.
Saquon is a Penn State dude. He's legit. Zeke is Ohio State trash. I'll say that.
And everyone's going to talk about, oh, well, Amari Cooper made the team better. He was more important than Zeke. Bullshit.
Wow.
Amari Cooper was useful. He definitely helped Dakota. We know his yards per attempt went way up. All of his measurables went up with Amari Cooper. As you noted, Amari Cooper is going to be banged up. Zeke Elliott still is what makes this offense go. And if they do not have him, it's going to be a problem. I don't care if Pollard is showing off in the fucking preseason. This Cowboys team.
I do love Jerry Jones getting real excited about Pollard.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're acting like Trump right now. You're being ridiculous. You need Zeke. And I am ecstatic that they will not have Zeke because Zeke is a tough guy to stop. He's just a big load of a running back, and we can pull that audio later. And I just, on top of the fact that this team was already going to regress, they still have the same bad coach. They have a quarterback that isn't going to wow anyone. And without Zeke on the field, I just don't think this offense is going to be as productive. So they're going to waste I think their defense, and this is a defense that finished 9th last year. I think they take a step forward.
Wow.
I think they still have a very good defense, but I think this offense goes backwards. And they were the 24th offense. Without Zeke, I think this offense struggles. I think Jerry Jones is stubborn and does not pay him right away. And I think
he's gonna cave.
I think he lets it.
Time
I think he lets it go too far, and I think they get into too big of a hole early.
That could be true.
And this locker room, the situation, Jason Garrett could get fired this season. I just expect there to be a lot of volatility down there in Dallas. Jason Witten's going to be retiring from his second job 2 years in a row.
Well, we actually have a question here from @YoungRaza98. Why is Jerry going to cripple our future by giving Dak $30+ million?
Holy shit. That day will be a holiday, Sean. We will dub that a holiday.
I'm going all
Dak is right there on the middle ground, but he's got to pay him over $30 million just because that's how much quarterbacks cost. And kudos to my boy Howie Rosen, man, getting that deal done for Dak because
Whoa.
Well, he screwed the deal for Dak. Getting the deal done for Wentz because
smart move. Not talking about the Eagles yet.
Right, but he got the deal done, man. And now Goff and Dak have to react to that. They're going to get more money, and it just puts the Eagles in a better position. But let's walk through their schedule.
So, Giants week 1 at Washington, Miami at home, at New Orleans. So
Ryan, have you bet the Giants money line yet?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Well, I can't wait till you dust off the Eli in Dallas record.
I'm gonna be putting on I'm gonna be wearing this new LT jersey.
Yeah, that is. Listen, I know I say listen a lot, but
you
Lawrence
have to have
Taylor.
respect for
Hard
Lawrence
not to
Taylor.
respect Lawrence Taylor.
All right, I'm gonna go 2-2 there. Actually, without Zeke, they can still probably beat Washington.
They struggle against the Saints.
2-2,
and they lose. They maybe lose one of the division games. I don't know. I'll say 2-2. Fitzmagic maybe comes in. The Cowboys overlook him. That's a possibility.
Actually, you know what? I'm sticking to my guns. Offense is hot garbage. They go 1-3 here.
Wow.
Green Bay at New York Jets. Philadelphia bye week at Giants on Monday Night Football. 2-2.
2-2. Yeah, they can beat the Jets and the Giants.
Minnesota at Detroit, at New England, Buffalo on Thursday Night Football.
Minnesota.
2-2.
Not high Minnesota. Bills at home.
Detroit's going to beat them because Dallas is not going to be above 500.
That's true. I'll say 2-2. I think they can win 2 of those.
I don't know why anyone's listening to us try to objectively critique the Cowboys. At Chicago on Thursday night. I believe that's Thanksgiving. No, that can't be because they're on the road.
It's a Monday night.
At Chicago on Thursday night. Rams at Philly, Washington.
Jeez. I think that
2-2.
I'll say 2-2, but they could go 1-3, right?
I got them going 7-9, Sean. You got them going 8-8. Just hit that cash register like 4 times.
10 wins is how you lose money.
They're not like 10 wins is their ceiling.
Yeah.
That's like the best case scenario.
There's just holes on this roster, and with Zeke being out,
I like the roster. For the record, I like the defense.
The defense isn't going to be horrible.
And I think the offensive line is good, and I think they have talent.
I guess the holes are just
Dak is not good, and Dak is really not good without Zeke.
Yeah, and I think that Amari Cooper plantar fasciitis is not getting talked about. I feel like I'm the only person.
Have you ever had any sort of damage to your plantar fascia muscle, Sean?
I have, actually.
It's a pain in the ass.
No, I had a.
It's hard to make those cuts, you know.
Yeah, killed my flag football season. Before we talk about the Eagles and the Giants, you know who we're going to talk about? Our pals over at BetQL. Yeah, head on over to betql.co. They got it all, man. BetQL. Line movement history. Sharp data analysis. See where the sharps are. Can't go right. When in doubt, just ride with the sharps. Fade the public. They already got sharp data out for Week 1 college football. Sharp data for Week 1 NFL games. And you can check them out on the website. But more importantly, download that app. All you got to do, I don't need to explain how to download an app, but for some of the older listeners, the non-millennials, you go to the App Store or Google Play Store. Just type in BetQL. Give them a follow on Twitter as well, at BetQL app. And of course, they got best bets. 5-star plays, 4-star, 3-star, however strong the algorithm is, they'll let you know. If you're in PA or New Jersey, they got exclusive offers that you can only get if you're downloading the app and following them on Twitter. Good times with BetQL. Ryan, guess who we're talking about next?
The Giants?
No, we'll save them for last. The 9-7 Eagles, the 2018 season. They came up short. But 2019 is a new year. Carson Wentz is back. Full off season, completely healthy. Rising from the ashes. Their win total is set at a staggering 10 wins. They will not be shut down. They will not be overlooked. Over -150, under +120, -160 to win the division, +500 to win the conference, +1100 to win the Super Bowl. The expectations are high, and deservedly so for the Philadelphia Eagles. Who'd they bring in? Jordan Howard, great high-quality
Super
running back.
excited about that.
Bears fan hit me up on Twitter saying we undervalued the Jordan Howard loss as a Bears fan, Ryan. Deshaun Jackson really opens up the middle of the field, that deep threat that was missing last season with the Eagles. Vinny Curry, not a huge thing, but rounds out defensive edge. Malik Jackson, I think that could be a nice piece up front. Him, Fletcher Cox, Timmy Jernigan rotating at defensive tackle. Zach Brown.
Is Cox going to play?
I think so. But I think he might not be
Long. Cox.
I'm worried he's not going to be 100% early.
He's key.
Yeah. I mean, listen, he's the best player in defense. LJ Fort and Andrew Sendejo, they brought in draft picks. And Howie really nailed it with these first 3 guys. Andre Dillard, Left tackle of the future. Looks great so far. Wazoo kid. Mike Leach's own. Miles Sanders, who, again, fantasy alert here. By all accounts, every beat writer is saying he's going to be leading the team in touches from the RB position. A sleeper RB1, in my opinion.
Ooh, sleeper RB1.
JJ Arcega-Whiteside, who's looked great in preseason, looked great in camp, possibly a Alshon Jeffrey replacement down the line. Sharif Miller hasn't done much. Clayton Thorson, probably a practice squad guy. Who'd they lose? Nick Foles. Salud, Nick Foles. Legend. We got you the statue. Jay Ajayi, who is just not signed anywhere. Golden Tate, who got into drugs after his time with the Eagles. Really fell in hard times. Mike Wallace, who is barely on the team. Michael Bennett and Chris Long. I think those losses are big. And I'm slightly concerned about the possible pass rush, especially from the outside. Derek Barnett and Brandon Graham really have to step up to kind of because Michael Bennett, sounds like he was a pain in the ass in the locker room, but the guy had solid defensive pressure.
I was going to say, no surprise he's a pain in the ass. You forgot a key loss.
Who's that?
Nick Foles' giant dong.
But possibly that's good for locker room chemistry. It's not good to have one guy with a gigantic cock intimidating everyone else.
Did you watch the last Hard Knocks? I hate to do this in the middle of the Eagles, but
what part?
They made a whole John Gruden rap song.
I fell asleep before that part.
Oh my god! Homework assignment.
He's more a character than he is a coach. Again, Deshaun Jackson opens up the field, and the guy still can run. He's the deep threat that this team needs. Opens everything up. And can you name a better collection of pass catchers in the NFL? At very least, they're top 5. They're going to be running a lot of 12 personnel.
That's a pretty biased. I mean, I like Ertz. What else are we talking about? Jeffrey?
Alshon Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson, Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz, and
a lot of
Nelson
expectation there, though. Like, I mean, there's a lot of teams. Like the Rams clearly have a better set of pass catchers.
Who do they got at tight end?
Gerald Everett.
So, but I think
Gerald Everett is the same as like a Nelson Aguilar. Like
I think Goddard and Ertz are miles ahead of that.
Expectation, right? Like Goddard's done a little bit, but he's got to show it. I mean, you're watching preseason tape and you're getting excited. You're reading the beat writers talk about how explosive, how he's the best guy at every practice, and that's getting you excited.
No, but I mean, I've watched the guy. I saw him.
Expectation. You're already putting him into the upper echelon. He's not there yet.
No. I think
he's no George Kittle yet.
You son of a bitch. Name me a better second tight end. And what I'm saying is they're going to be running a lot of 12
backup
personnel.
tight ends.
No, but they're going to be running a lot of 2 tight end set, and you're the fucking Mr. Analytics guy. Dig up what Warren Sharp says about running 12 personnel and the value in it.
He likes
and he can block so they can run or pass catch out of 12 personnel.
I mean, listen, Warren Sharp doesn't do everything right. You see that mustache? It's not.
What really. All things aside, I'm really optimistic about the offensive line and defensive line.
Really?
The offense and defensive line should be very strong again. The biggest concern is Jason Peters, but Andre Dillard has looked really good in preseason. He's a first-round pick and shown that has looked really good. And he's nowhere near Jason Peters, but Peters is old, and there's a decent chance he goes down. So having Dillard in there to fill in is certainly comforting compared to possible other backup.
The backup we should be talking about is the backup quarterback,
Josh McCown,
because
proven starter who can come in and win you some games.
40-year-old Josh McCown, really?
Yeah,
that's what we're going with right now.
I mean, I would say.
Are you telling me you're about to tell me he's the best backup quarterback in the league?
No, but I would say he's in top 5.
No.
Okay, name me 5 better backup quarterbacks.
We're really going to do Tyrod Taylor.
Okay.
Ryan Tannehill.
I feel like that's a push.
Whoa.
You think Ryan Tannehill's
Daniel Jones?
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I think most teams have a better backup quarterback than Josh McCown.
I would completely disagree.
Well, obviously, you're an Eagles fan.
No, but
You
right,
sign
come
the
on.
guy off the street and you're ready to jerk him off. I mean,
No, but for backup
all I'm
quarterbacks,
saying is Carson Wentz.
he's a step up from Cody Kessler.
Carson Wentz
Yes.
is not going to finish the season.
And
Carson-
what are you basing that on?
The statistics, Sean. 2 out of 3 years, he's not finished the season. I think.
Well, and
And
hey, they don't need him to finish the season, as you saw in
Well-
the 2017 season when they won the Super Bowl. And Wentz, admittedly, had a down year last year, and even in that down year in 11 games, he still put up 21-7.
They don't play the Giants till later in the year, so Wentz could be gone by then, and they could
I would
be having
take
2 division.
You don't think they can beat the Giants with McCown?
is-
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'll take that bet.
All right.
I'll take that bet right now. They have a tremendously easy.
Remember how
schedule.
bad Nick Foles looked, and they still beat him last year?
They have a tremendously easy schedule, 3rd easiest according to the Football Outsiders.
All right, now you're talking.
I think it's one of the better bets I think you can make this year, Sean,
Yes.
is on this Eagles team to win this division. I think
Wow.
this price is ridiculous.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
I think they should probably be minus. I think this is all about people just liking the Cowboys. And, I mean, obviously you see this, right? The Giants and Redskins are a ridiculous long shot. So why are the Eagles not a bigger favorite? Well, the Cowboys are supposed to be right there, right?
Yeah.
Zeke's not going to be there for at least, what are we saying? Over under 3.5 games he misses.
I think, and you said a perfect line, but I think, and especially that schedule for them, I think they think it's easy, right? So I think, oh man, that Saints game is in New Orleans is the 4th game, but there's 2 division games to start off. So I think he shows up for the Saints game. Also, it's a great party town. They have a Senor Frogs there that he can hang out at.
It's really good Molly.
He's already got the crop top halfway there to scoring some sweet beads. So I think I crack myself up sometimes. I think the Saints game is when he shows up.
Yeah, maybe that would be pretty fucking.
But
funny. Anyway, back to the Eagles. Yeah, I think there's not too many rosters in the NFL that you'd rather have, and it's gonna come down to. It really doesn't matter that they don't have a lead running back. They probably won't have one. I think you're really high on Miles Sanders. I'll believe that when I see it.
Well,
I think they'll have productive running games as a group.
I think they have a similar running back by committee that they had in 2017 when they won the Super Bowl, right? They had Ajayi, they had LeGarrette Blount, they had Darren Sproles, and they had Corey Clement. So now I think Jordan Howard is kind of taking the LeGarrette Blount role to some degree. Possibly Miles Sanders is taking the Jay Ajayi role, and you have Corey Clement and Darren Sproles. Like that's a pretty deep roster of. I mean, Corey Clement, he had over 100 yards receiving in the Super Bowl. Amazing touchdown catch that Scott Zolak of the Patriots still didn't think was a touchdown. The guy who does WEEI radio announcing. I hear everything, Scott. So I'm really high on. Okay, so I could talk for days why I'm high on the Eagles. What it makes me nervous about the Eagles? Possible pass rush from the defensive line.
You're not. You think Graham and Barnett can't do it or can't stay on the field?
Well, Derek Barnett had that shoulder injury and hasn't done a ton in preseason, so you don't know if they're really taking it easy on him or if he's not quite ready.
It's preseason.
I'm hoping it's that because what I've seen of him when he's been healthy, and he's only 2 years. I mean, he had an amazing first year. He recovered that fumble in the Super Bowl to beat the Patriots.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
The other thing that kind of scares me on the defensive side is linebacker. Bradham has been banged up. Kruger Hill, who was kind of the star of the linebacking core early on, he's going to be out probably like 4 or 5 games. Zach Brown, is like okay. Not a great. I'm really worried about some of the guys that they're going to have to trot out early as far as their pass coverage. So covering the tight ends, covering the running backs out of the backfield, slot receivers.
Saquon Barkley.
They're usually nickel. Well, I think Gruger Hill is
Who?
Camus Gruger Hill.
Stop it.
No, he's
Stop it. All right, we're talking too much about the Eagles.
linebackers.
We're going through the
Linebackers
schedule.
aren't their strength. But
the
again,
the only people still listening are related to you, Sean. Let's go through the schedule. Washington at Atlanta, Detroit at Green Bay on Thursday night. 2 tough road spots.
let's say 3-1. They got Atlanta's number. Even though it's in Atlanta,
2-2.
they're 2-0 against Atlanta in the Doug Peterson era.
Jets at Vikings, at Dallas, at Buffalo. Whoa.
3 road games in a row is
How
tough.
is this an easy schedule, Football Outsiders? 3 in a row, 2-2. By the way, someone said a line, Sean. Over under 3.5 4-0 segments you would give.
I'll say 3-1.
Well, it's going over. Going
In
under.
spite of the 3 road games.
Chicago
But
at
now the tides have turned.
Chicago at home, bye week. New England, Seattle, at Miami.
3-1. That's the thing, is some of their harder games are at home. The Bears, to whatever degree we think the Bears are going to be, Seattle should be scrappy. They got them at home. Patriots, they got at home. Like some of their tougher games outside the division are at home. So I think that is helpful.
Giants on Monday Night Football at Washington, Dallas at New York Giants.
4-0. This is when they run the table. I mean, they might not play the starters against the Giants the last week.
3-1.
Wow.
You know what? I'm gonna make that 2-2, but I'm gonna flip. I'm gonna flip the second segment to 3-1 because they're 10-6 in my book. You got them going 12-4.
That sounds about right.
See, I think 10-6. To me, I wouldn't fuck around with the win total, but I would fuck around with the division.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too, is I've seen some 9.5s out there. And actually, even in like some local places in Pennsylvania, they're at 9.5.
10 is really steep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what kind of action my bookie is getting on the Eagles' win total, but yeah, it's crazy. So, yeah, I mean, what am I going to say? I'm on the over. Kramer also on the over. So, wait,
I'm not on the over.
Okay, you're on the division.
10-6.
Okay. Oh, so you think it's a push. All right, I accidentally made the Giants.
I see you're fucking
in the
up.
sheet. I actually made the Giants 12-4. Now that's funny.
To me, the lay -150 and to have 11 to come out, and they have some interesting stretches in the schedule that could just create schedule
So officially,
losses.
under or over?
If I had to pick a side, I'm going to go under.
Okay, because
But like I
the
said,
plus 120.
Officially, I think it's a good number, Sean.
It's funny because I'm usually labeled as the bigger homer of the group, and yet you have all 3 NFC East teams on the under so far, with only the Giants remaining.
Well, hold on. I wouldn't advise you to. I'd advise you to bet the Eagles division.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you don't want to lay the -150 on that over. That's just too much.
No, I would say Philly division -160, or yeah, that's probably better value than. Do you have can we look up a playoff price? Will they make playoffs? It's around
That's the one I would attack.
225.
I can pull that up while you're talking.
I'll say Philly. I like division at -160, but playoff may be the easier one. I think it's around 225.
Yeah, they have a bunch of interesting like schedule spots that could create
The 3 road games, that's going to be tough.
They also play a number of teams coming off a bye, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Those aren't great things. But so that's what I'm saying. Like they're stacked. They're ready for a run. Maybe Carson Wentz can stay healthy this year. But I wonder if their schedule won't quite – they'll underperform their talent, I think, this year.
Okay. So but
Eagles-
you still have them You still have them winning.
Like
the
I
division.
think they will, like, when we look at their Pythag, I think they're going to underperform by maybe like a half win or a win. Eagles to make the playoffs minus 250. Wow.
Okay. All right. Well, then maybe division is. You know what? I'll just stick with the division.
Is the NFC East getting 2 teams in? No.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just stick with the division.
Right? Unlikely.
Wait, Ryan, you're not high on your New York Giants this year? Let's talk about the Giants, the most interesting team in the division for a lot of reasons. Questionable drafting of Daniel Jones-Scones. Who'd they bring in, Ryan? Golden Tate, Mike Remmers, helping to figure out the offensive line there. Jabril Peppers, Antoine Bethea, and the draft picks, Daniel Jones. Nose tackle Dexter Lawrence. That kid might be a player. I'll give you that. DeAndre Baker, cornerback. Julian Love. Ryan Connolly, linebacker. Offseason losses. That ship has sailed. Odell Beckham Jr. Jamon Brown, Josh Morrow, Olivier Vernon. I mean, really, the big three are Odell, Olivier Vernon, and Landon Collins, who, as you described, box safety, not worth the money,
Yep.
but still certainly a contributor to this Giants.
I liked Landon Collins, but honestly, watching Jabril Peppers in the preseason, he's a better to me.
So what? You're making decisions on preseason?
No, I'm fine with the move. You got a guy who's got 2 years left on his rookie deal, replacing a guy who's getting paid big dollars.
Yeah.
It's okay. We
But
can give Gettleman a little credit for that one.
Right, but I would say Landon Collins still a better player than Jabril Peppers.
Meant more to the defense because he was a bit of a leader. But he was,
I think he'll have Landon Collins will have more of a positive impact on the Giants in 2008 than Jabril Peppers will in 2019.
So
I think that's a fair statement. It's a slight step down in Jabril Peppers. Unless he creates a bunch of turnovers.
And that's fine if you want to. I mean, I'm fine that even if it's a slight step down. He has looked good. I think the defense in general, second year in the system,
It's a good angle.
Picked up some more talent. They've kind of quietly loaded up on some defensive backs.
Yeah,
I think they're ready. They have a couple linebackers that have really looked good in the preseason.
Ogletree,
Not Ogletree.
Bad contract in Ogletree.
Well, we'll see. One year is hard to reflect. Look, we're not here to judge.
Yeah,
Dave
we are.
Gettleman.
That's the
We're
entire.
here- We're not here to talk about contracts, Sean. We're not fucking lawyers. We're not talking about paper. We're talking about football. We're talking about X's and
All right,
O's.
and Ogletree is not playing great football. At least he didn't last year. Golden Tate, he's not going to be playing any football.
4 games.
He's out 4 games. Corey Coleman, who
Stop it! Why are we who big fucking deal? Shepard's fine. Ingram's fine. Saquon Barkley's fine.
Shepard has
the
a
offensive line is
broken thumb.
upgraded.
Well, and that's a great point. Is it upgraded? Because I feel like we said the same thing last year.
I'll say this: I watched Nate Soldier, and I want to throw him into a locker. The rest of the offensive line, I'm very
But he's supposed
optimistic.
to be the anchor
I know,
left tackle.
I know. I'm excited about the rest of the offensive line. I need him to not suck because I've seen him even in the preseason look like a turnstile. But let's stay on the defense for a bit more.
Sure.
I think a lot of areas were so bad last year, and they improved the talent, or the young players got a year older, where I think we're going to see a little bit more of a pass rush. We're going to see a little bit better linebacker play. I think the key thing is they're going to have a solid secondary this year. Hopefully DeAndre Baker, the rookie first-round pick, hopefully he comes back. They had a scare, thought he tore his ACL, did not. He's day-to-day. I think he's back on the practice field. But when you flip it around to the offense, so defense was 24th last year, second year in that defense. I think they take a step forward. They take a step forward. This offense that everyone wants to joke about, they were 13th last year DVOA. Now,
there's no way it goes forward.
I think they, now that Beckham is gone and they don't feel this obligation, I think we're going to see a very interesting Eli Manning for the first couple of games. I do. I really would like to see Daniel Jones because he has looked good in the preseason. But I think
Eli
we're going
Manning,
to see
the same Eli Manning, 2-14 in the first half of seasons in the past 2 seasons.
That Eli Manning.
That same Eli Manning. This is the year he figures it out.
I think
year
we're gonna,
17.
Hopefully he gets knocked out of the the first game.
How
we can just
dare
have
you,
Daniel
Ryan.
Jones. I think we're going to see him working the quick stuff to Shepard and Ingram in the slot. I think we're going to see Red Ellison get involved. He likes throwing to the
slot. How's the slot?
He likes throwing to the tight end. I think we're going to work Barkley, play defense.
You're keeping a straight face through this whole
Low
thing. It's very
scoring.
impressive.
I think they're going to win some low-scoring games. They have a very easy schedule, just like the Eagles, in theory, according to Football Outsiders. And I think their win total is egregiously low. It's an insult. They were a 5-win team last year, and they were a dumpster fire.
They were, Ryan. They
and
were.
now it's only 6.
They were 5.
You know what their
last
pie
year,
bag
6?
was last year? 7 wins. They underperformed by 2 wins.
Plus-
That's unheard of.
Plus 105 on the over, minus 135 on the under, plus 1,800 for the division, 65-1 for the conference, 125-1 for the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, what else do you want me to say? The last time, you know.
You want to talk about dead cap space? What
Okay.
fucking
No, I was
nerdy shit you want to
I
talk
was
about?
going to talk about the fact that Eli Manning, last 21 games against the Eagles, 4-17 as the starter. He's only won 10 games once since 2011.
He's not winning 10 games this year.
Oh, okay. All right. So, is he going to play 10 games? That's the real question.
No.
Wow. When do you have? Because I have a spot in the Giants' schedule.
Here's my problem. I'm telling you, he's going to start well.
That does seem very
Injury is what we need.
well. And the Moras, they're like Brokeback Mountain. They just don't know how to quit Eli Manning. They're just in love with the guy.
Yeah.
Is there anything else going on? Like, why? You could have got rid of Eli Manning 2 years ago, and I think most Giant fans would be sold on that. I mean, after that 13-3 season, he came back. Okay, clearly that was a fluke. That was the outlier.
Okay. Should we walk through the schedule?
Yeah, let's do it.
So I was pretty excited. I don't think I'm going to be that excited as we get through the schedule. At Dallas, no Zeke. That's a winnable game. Buffalo
And they weren't 13-3. They were 11-5. I don't know where I was.
at Dallas, Buffalo, at Tampa, Washington. 2 winnable games, 2 road games. They own 3-1, Sean.
1-3.
I'll go 2-2.
What happened to 3-1?
Because they're not going to go 3-1.
Oh, okay.
Minnesota at New England on Thursday night.
Yikes. And this is when the kid comes in.
Arizona at Detroit.
You have 10 days. Give him the couple extra days to prepare. You're at home against the Cardinals, arguably your most winnable game, although you're also at home against the Dolphins. But and that's probably when they'll do it, so they can give Eli his complete farewell tour, give him the rocking chair, whatever he needs. So the Vikings in New England, Cardinals at home, Lions on the road, a 1-3.
Yeah, so I was 3-1 in the first one.
No, wait, really?
Yeah.
Is that what you're
I'm going
sticking with?
3-1, and I'm going 1-3 in this 4.
You all of a sudden become realistic?
Yeah.
All right.
No, yeah, 1-3. Dallas at Jets, bye week at Chicago, Green Bay.
1-3.
I'm also going 1-3. Last 4 at Philly, Miami, at Washington, Philadelphia. They go 3-1 here, Sean.
All right. I got them going 1-3.
4-12. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
that sounds about right.
Fuck you. I got them going 8-8.
That is the most optimistic you can get. All right. The dominating 8-8. Well, give me a little, like, how is it going to all shake out? When does Jones come in? Is he a part of the season? Do they do the Patrick Mahomes and he just plays the last season? They're 8-7. He's out of the playoffs. Give the kid a start.
Hopefully Eli plays 19 more games, Sean. Or 20 more games, whatever you need for a Super Bowl.
Well, probably 20 because they probably.
What do you want me to
through the wild
say?
card.
I think this team, they have an opportunity. They have a little bit of talent. I think they do have an opportunity to start well early. I mean, objectively that it's not the hardest schedule to start.
Are you excited that Pat Shurmur is the coach next year? Well, no. This is
I don't have any
serious,
beef with Pat Shurmur.
This is a serious question and not trolling. At some point during this year or to start the next year, Daniel Jones will be named the starter. Do you want Pat Shurmur being the coach?
Yes.
That guy.
Yes. Yes.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
You're fine with the Pat Shurmur.
Giants have 4. They play 4 teams at home who are on the second of a back-to-back road spot.
So Pat Shurmur, if you don't know, career record as a NFL coach, 15-34.
What?
He's never hit 6 wins.
Why are you bringing all this negative energy? You haven't read the news. Lawrence Taylor will be there for every coin flip. Home games.
You can only trot out LT for so many games. Wow. Time has flown by.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Kramer, time to lock it up. My lock. What do I like the most? Yeah, throw Philly division over, but Giants aren't getting to 7 wins. So throw that in there as well. They just aren't. That's a lot of wins for this Giants team.
6 is probably they're not a. Come on, dude. You're going a little harsh.
I don't mean to harsh your mellow here. What's your lock? What's your best bet? I mean,
Cowboys.
you have the
Cowboys under.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
Cowboys under.
Now go home and get your fucking shine
Zeke's
box.
not showing up. This is not going well. Like Jerry Jones is having this out in the public.
It's definitely a solid regression year for the Cowboys.
Sends a strong message to the locker room when the owner's talking shit in the news, and then you don't have a coach that can maintain.
When we had
control.
Marshall Faulk on the Sirius show, he said, he goes, we asked him, how does Zeke take the news that Jerry Jones said he's replaceable?
Didn't like
He's
that.
like, when one man says another man could do his job better than that man, any man would be upset about that. He goes, if someone said Robert Kraft is a better owner than Jerry Jones, you don't think Jerry Jones would be upset? I go, great point. Great point, Marshall. Make sure you talk that up to Zeke while you're hanging out in Cabo training him. Training him on how to get drunk and drink Mai Tais. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning into the podcast.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I would also bet the over on the Giants because, like I said, their win total is incorrectly low.
Okay.
Incorrectly low. And if you want to have some fun, because we know the Cowboys, we know that there's going to be a new division winner. We know it's not going to be the Cowboys. Cross that off. I know.
Out of those 3 teams, which one are you picking?
I'm endorsing the Eagles at -160. But if you want to sprinkle, because, Sean, I had a dream last night. You know what was going on in this dream? Eli was throwing a swing pass to Saquon Barkley, 80 yards to win the Super Bowl.
So even in your fantasy, it involves a swing pass.
Yeah, because that's the only way. Saquon, Sean, do you remember how awesome Saquon Barkley is?
Yeah, and I remember him running for a touchdown against the Eagles, and then them coming back and winning the game.
Give me and then like I said, Philly wins this division.
Rate, review, and share on iTunes. We got an ugly 1-star review we have to bury. It just says not good. Don't know your facts. Have noticed multiple things that aren't true in first episode I listened to. Going back to Barstool. Well, it's have noticed, sir. And as much as I'm not a grammar Nazi, 1 star. Come on, that's not right.
Wait, hold on, Sean. What do we say that's not true?
Yeah. He must be
Cowboys fan,
Titans fan.
Titans fan or Cowboys fan?
Titans truther. For some reason, the Titans fans got super fired up. But hey, we're trying to give you guys $5,000. However much we want to give you, that's up to you. And all you got to do, go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/contest. Please share the contest so we can get it up to $5,000 and really make this thing go.
Well, I was gonna read. I had a review pulled out that I wanted to read. Sean.
Go for it.
Although this isn't the one I wanted to read. Pretty good podcast. Could be longer. I'm pretty sure
that's
Colby.
definitely Colby.
Colby's looking for a longer. Great show. 5 stars by some patience, I guess. Mm-hmm. Okay, the show is very entertaining. Their picks are just so-so. 2-0 in college locks already this year. You're welcome.
He must not have been listening when I won the show $200,000.
Just a heads up, so you don't get confused like I did. No, I don't think they are gay for each other. They act like a couple of old queens. Even when I found out one of them just got married, I still was not convinced. What is that?
My wife is a beard.
What is that? I'm offended.
Hey.
I'm offended.
Well, I don't know. Whatever he's trying to say, we don't appreciate that kind of
1 star,
kind of nonsense.
1 star. Going back to Barstool.
Going back to Barstool. Well, go back to Barstool.
Do you think this?
Are they giving away $5,000 courtey of BetSperts?
I don't think so.
Probably not, but possibly.
Do you think he's aware that you can listen to multiple podcasts?
You can, Ryan, and we support other podcasts. I'm on the 3 Dog Thursday podcast with the Bucks radio announcer, so check that out on iTunes. A lot of fun. Shout out to my boy TJ. For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I am Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
2 + 2 is 4. That's a fact.
Kramer, let it ride.